So my own thoughts is that Shiba Inu is going to explode pretty much this year or pretty much soon. So be sure to drop a like because I'll be providing you with some proof. So if we check over here, the prices were pretty low. We saw a big high, we saw a big down low. But a lot of you want proof that Shiba Inu will rise. I am definitely, sure that Shiba Inu this is not its highest. It will definitely be higher than that. And if we check over here, the first big thing is that when Bitcoin goes up, and a lot of people have been asking, why is Shiba Inu so low if it's getting so many updates, if it's getting Shiba Swap, if it's getting, Coinbase, if it's getting probably Robinhood, if it's getting all the other updates? Well, Bitcoin. The big part is if Bitcoin goes down, the other market follows. And the first big three things, the Wyckoff model says spring has arrived. So in very short terms, I'll be just telling you here that we should be seeing a bull run in the following months, and I'm talking about 100K on Bitcoin. But long-term holders are still bullish, and they actually are buying Bitcoin as of now. If we check over here, we can see that holders are now buying into the dip. So long-term holder net positive change, and now this has changed. Now those who have actually bought more. So if you're scared, just remember what the Bitcoin long-term holders are doing right now. Don't let the fool flush you out. Think long-term, and we can see here long-term holder net positive change, and we saw in November that this has actually decreased while now it's increasing. So there's more and more long-term holders actually holding this coin from what I'm seeing so far, waiting to hit that 60K. So the another thing that is a lot of traders, a lot of business analysts are saying that we're seeing the end of the bear run. We're going to be seeing, a lot of positive changes because there's a lot of bear traps, and we should be seeing the other better thing. And I think this could be around September, around August. Realistically, no one knows, but that's when Shiba Inu is at its massive potential, because that's going to be the altcoin season. So Bitcoin in uptrend, but Bitcoin may never build gold's 10 trillion market cap. And I wanted to say something on that. Thomas Farley, former chief operating officer of the New York Stock Exchange, is sanguine about recent price action. And Bitcoin is going up, but not up only. And coming a day after CNBC admitted that he sold his Bitcoin stash, suggesting that Bitcoin USD was going low as 10,000, Farley provided some much-needed mainstream bullishness. And we're getting bullish news, and that's what we need. With respect to the recent price moves, I kind of sanguine about them. Bitcoin is a very volatile asset class. It's in part because it's a new asset class, and that's the same thing, It's really important that same is going on with Shiba Inu. Because Shiba Inu is so new, everyone is calling it a scam. Everyone is calling it, the dead Dogecoin, that it's never going to be Dogecoin. But I have no doubt it'll go up. It'll go down over the long term, and I still think it's a lower left to upper right trend, and I think we're going to be seeing that play out for 5 years. And that's definitely going to happen. Bitcoin is going to be growing, and everyone knows that, except the new holders. And I wanted to let the new holders know that this is not the end of Bitcoin. With mining upheaval coming from China still on everyone's lips, popular mainstream criticism of Bitcoin's energy use was also widely shifted across as a temporary issue, and it could definitely be a bit fixed so far, and everyone is super optimistic. So let's check this video.
I think regulation is going to help us in the long run, right? Right now, the total crypto market cap is less than $1.5 trillion, right? This whole system works by becoming bigger and bigger, right? It's less than 40 basis points of global net worth. And so the only way it becomes 3%, 4%, 5% is to have institutional money participate. And so we are going to get regulation.
We need institutions investing into SHIB. We need institutions investing into Bitcoin. It's so simple. Right now, we're just waiting on the big moves from the institutions who have either billions or trillions of dollars.
And that was Michael Novogratz on Squawk Box yesterday discussing the price of crypto amid a volatile streak for Bitcoin. The coin briefly dropping below 30,000 on Tuesday morning, but bouncing back throughout the day. Dogecoin, Ripple, and other cryptocurrencies saw sharp drops this week as well, reigniting
Dogecoin seriously dropped though. So if we check quickly over here, this is what he says.
A sub-trillion-dollar market cap. I think the upper bound for now is gold, which is about a $10 trillion market cap. In order for Bitcoin to someday exceed gold, it'll have to be more of a accepted form of currency. I'm not sure.
And it's getting, it has to be more accepted form of currency. And same goes for Shiba Inu. If Shiba Inu wants to reach 1 cent, it will have to be accepted by a country, or either that or have big market dominance. And both Bitcoin and Shiba Inu have some very bullish signs with being accepted in El Salvador and Paraguay and everywhere else.
Sure, frankly, if it ever gets there. With respect to the recent price moves, I'm kind of sanguine about them. Bitcoin's a very volatile asset class, in part because it's a new asset class. I have no doubt it'll go up, it'll go down. Over the long term, I still think it's a lower left to upper right trend, and I think we're going to see that play out over 5 years. I think this...
basically Shiba Inu is going to be much more popular in 5 years. I think in 5 years, it could be, in theory, 1 cent. And less convinced on gold versus Bitcoin, I think it could actually beat gold. And in order for Bitcoin to one day exceed gold, it should have to be more of an accepted form of currency. And I think 500K per Bitcoin is possible with the current supply. So in order to beat gold, gold is now being used harder and harder. Now Bitcoin must transform in order to take on store of value safe havens. And when that happens, if it, becomes a very safe coin that cannot be robbed, cannot be hacked, that's when we're going to be seeing those big increases, and that's when Shiba Inu can actually take off, because we're only seeing a lot of bullishness in the right, correct term. So I think the upper bound for now is gold, which is about 10 trillion market cap. And pro-opponents argue that Bitcoin, by its very nature, faces just a matter of time before eclipsing gold thanks to the latter's ultimate infinite supply. And Bitcoin is limited. More Bitcoin is being lost every single day, so the supply gets, kind of limited even more, and inability to beat Bitcoin in aspects of money. So we're going to be seeing more investments. But New York City mayoral front winner Adams says city will become center of Bitcoin. Okay, so not only is Paraguay, not only is Venezuela looking into cryptocurrencies such as SHIB and Bitcoin, but they're saying, New York City becoming one of those. We are going to become the center of life science and the center of cybersecurity, the center of Bitcoin. And on the eve of New York's mayoral race on Tuesday, he gave an endorsement on the world's largest cryptocurrency. I'm going to promise you, in 1 year, you're going to see a different city. We're going to become the center of life sciences, the center of cybersecurity, the center of self-driving cars, drones, and the center of Bitcoins. Bitcoins is the big thing. So we could be seeing that, and holds a 75,000 lead. So if he does, New York City legal tender, that would be simply crazy. But former Democratic president candidate Andrew Yang, a longtime Bitcoin proponent and cryptocurrency advocate, dropped out of the race in its early stages, accruing only 11% of total votes. So there are actually politicians going in and trying to go for Bitcoin and accept it as a legal tender. So it's happening. He has managed to unite vast swathes of Black and Latino lovers and promote its economic prosperity. And we could be seeing that if he gets elected. A lot of politicians are for Bitcoin, a lot of people are against Bitcoin. It's a mixed term. But speaking about this, let's talk about SHIB News, now pushing information on how to buy SHIB in Brazil on a dedicated portal. So, Brazil going in. And actually, we're seeing that, buy Shiba Inu in Brazil. And yes, they're going to be pushing this. Take your everyday payments to the next level. And you can see, you can pay here with, I'm guessing, you can download your wallet and your exchange, and then you can simply buy it. You have all the options over here, and you can have a wallet here. You have payment processing. They give you all the guides, and SHIB being so hyped right now, I think in the future we're going to be seeing a lot more. But SHIB in Venezuela has onboarded SHIB20 tokens. So, and SHIB, when it gets accepted by a mainstream country as a legal tender, which I do honestly think will happen. These countries are mired by hyperinflation and hemmed in by sanctions. Cryptocurrencies such as SHIB bring as much needed solution to evolve its economic development. Especially when it gets its own blockchain, we could be seeing much more in that. Sizes to grow and allocate a better future. And these businesses then hold SHIB and provide much more potential. We're getting on more exchanges every single day, and it's only a matter of time before we already got on mainstream news. I think, Shiba Inu could definitely explode, but To end this off, the history impact of SHIB is so interesting, even being less than 1 year old. I'm happy with the coverage from financial media, but I'm surprised why I haven't seen us on Time, New Yorker, or another of these magazines. In the future, we still have much more growth potential right now. I think it's very possible that as we have more updates, that's when the countries will see, well, SHIB, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a meme coin. But just to give you a perspective, as we're seeing these dips, when Ethereum fell to 100 March 2020, we were all heads down billing. When Ethereum regained 1,400 in January 2021, we were all heads down billing. When Ethereum went over 4,000 in May 2021, we were all heads down billing. When Ethereum fell to $2,000 in June 2021, you get it, right? So we can see that Ethereum is only rising. And same is happening with SHIB being on an Ethereum blockchain, being on its own blockchain in the future. This is, just a small price to pay. This drop is only going to be temporary. And I bought more. And this is not financial advice. We could be seeing anything. But all the indicators, all the big traders are saying we're seeing a big bullish run. And SHIB INU is going along with it. Are you ready for the moon, guys? And anyway, drop a like and see you until next time. Peace, everyone.